Two teams flirting with the 500 mark in their records. One on the good side, one trying to play catch up. Meet tonight at Flight Adventure Park, nicknamed the Plex, in Irmo, South Carolina. A rivalry as old as time, Clemson versus South Carolina. The Gamecocks got the best of the Tigers last February where they won 8-4. That was the last meeting, but tonight, Clemson comes in 3-2. The Gamecocks come in 2-3, but have had a few weeks off. Welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. My name is also McConnell alongside Tyler Perrone. Tyler, with those few weeks off, does that benefit the Gamecocks?
Absolutely, it does. Fresh legs always benefit you, and I think what the Gamecocks are looking for is kind of a scoring output like we've seen. I don't think we've scored 8 goals this whole year as we did last time when the Cocks defeated Clemson, but I'm looking for some of that senior leadership, some of the last people left from the 23-24 national championship team to really put in the work. I'm talking people like Carson Scove, Tommy Marvin, as well as Flaherty, Finelli, Bonsukin, all the like. We've seen they were kind of the young guns in that national championship run. Now they got to be the leadership. 2-3, not the best start, but we've seen Gamecock teams start below 500 and then go on to win it all. So.
Yep. And they've had a tough road. It's not like they're playing the easy teams. They lost to Georgia in the first game of the season in a last-minute goal. Went down 4-3. They split with Tampa and then split at home with Florida. So they're trying to claw their way back into it, but you know, when you play such great competition, it can be very difficult.
Absolutely. I'd say that two of those matchups, the Gamecocks versus Georgia and Tampa, are maybe second and third in this hockey rivalry. The first, this game, yes, right here. And this isn't the last time that you're going to see this matchup this year. January 23rd, the Cocks and the Tigers are packing it up, going to Bon Secours Wellness Arena in Greenville, South Carolina. Don't know if we'll be the ones on the call, but SGTV will be there with coverage.
And speaking of starting slow and then picking it up, Clemson started 0-2 as well. They got swept by Middle Tennessee, gave up about 14 goals in total in just 2 games. But since then, they have won 3 straight, 5-1 over Florida, and then a 3-2 and a 5-2 win over Bama, sweeping them as well. So big game tonight, lots on the line. Gamecocks trying to get back to 500 in their 6th game of the season. Players are warming up now. We've got just about 5 minutes and 40 seconds until pregame ceremonies start. Let's go ahead and talk about the starting lineup. You want to give us Clemson, Tyler?
I do. For forwards for the Clemson Tigers, we've got Sully Koff, Will Van Sicklin, maybe the best name of the night, Santiago Diaz, defenseman Gus Hedrick, Cameron Iacobelli, and in goal, Parker Dietz, someone who the Gamecocks are very familiar with. They have faced Dietz many times over the past few years. Interested to see how he's developed and how the Gamecocks are going to approach him. Now, Austin, how about the home team, the South Carolina Gamecocks? Who do they have rocking in that first line?
Well, we're going to start with the man wearing the C on his chest. Captain Jake Pushkar is going to lead the forwards alongside Lucas Van Mullen and Carson Scove. In the D pairing, Aiden Dunphy and Brendan Flaherty. In goal for the Gamecocks, Tyler Tamoyan. He's played a couple of games this year. The senior 6'1" from Royersford, Pennsylvania. We're going to have a great matchup here tonight.
The thing about this Gamecocks team, too, is they have a lot of versatility at goalie. In the past couple of years, they've gone between Tamoyan and Hayes, depending on who's going better at a certain point in time. Peter Papadopoulos, no longer with the team, but a fan favorite, if not for name alone.
And you talked about the new look roster that the Gamecocks have from previous championship teams, but we got to talk about the D3 team. They just became an organization last year, won the championship in their inaugural season. We see a lot of guys on this list like Owen Newnham, Colin Reed, Seamus Murphy. These guys all played on that D3 team. So they're losing championship physical players, but they're bringing championship mentality in to fill those roles.
Well, and not to mention Alan Serwa, the head coach. I mean, there's no ounce of mentality that has left this team. And I also think that Cock Hockey has, it's going to sound cliche, but a familial bond. Colin Reed, as you talked about earlier, a junior, was on that championship team for D1. So is his brother, Sean Reed. We also have a pair, excuse me, of brothers on the Clemson side to go with that family dynamic. The Gaveas, both looking to kick it off on the ice. But about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left until we get things started. Austin, do you have anything else?
I think we're going to go step aside and tighten our ties, button up our jackets as we will watch the rest of warm-ups. We'll come back to you after the national anthem in just a few moments. We'll be right back on SGTV.
And your South Carolina Gamecocks. Before we get to the starting lineups, I want to take a moment to recognize the numerous top hockey alumni that are here with us tonight. Please give them a round of applause. First for the visitors, starting at forward, number 26, Will Van Sicklen. Starting at forward, number 18, Santiago Diaz. Starting at forward, number 11, Sully Kopp. Starting at defense, number 17, Gus Hendrick. Starting at defense, number 23, Cam Alegamos. And in net for the Tigers, number 35, Parker Dietz. And now, the starting lineup for your South Carolina Gamecocks. Starting at forward, number 12, Lucas Van Mullen. Starting at forward, number 8, Jake Pushkar. Starting at forward, number 18, Carson Stowe. Starting at D, number 2, Nathan Dumpy. Starting at defense, number 3, Brendan Flaherty. And in net for your Gamecocks, number 33, Tyler Tavares. And now, will everyone please rise. Gentlemen, move your cash for tonight's playing of the Star Spangled Banner.
Gamecocks versus Tigers. First matchup of the 2025-2026 season between these two teams, and I expect it to be very physical out of the gate, Tyler.
It always is. We always see these rivalry games. Gamecocks Tampa, Gamecocks Clemson, full of penalties, a lot of people in the box. But even before that, I think I hear a sandstorm a-brewing.
Sandstorm is a-brewing here in Irmo, South Carolina. Just about 20 minutes off of the Columbia campus where the Gamecocks reside. But tonight, it is full of a sea of garnet and black.
Mostly black.
Mostly black, yeah. Black jerseys for the Gamecocks. Purple and orange for the Tigers. And if you're a fan of either team, you didn't need to hear that. You know exactly what you're looking for tonight. And we're underway here at Flight Adventure Park. Face-off won by the Gamecocks. They'll control the first possession of the game. Cross-ice pass and a quick entrance shot there. Blocker saved by Dietz. Turning to the corner. Backhanding one up to the half wall. Towing the blue line. Throws one at the cage just over the head of number 18, Santiago Diaz. Puck is regained by Clemson. Immediate turnover. Now a battle for it along the half wall. Scooped up out of the zone, but picked up by Aiden Dumphy. He almost turned it over in the neutral zone as our first line change from both squads. Flying back through centers, number 18, Carson Scove. He had a great couple of games last outing against Florida. where he really showcased that speed, and there's the physicality getting early in the corner. Puck comes behind the net. Dish out in front. Good deflection there. Puck is lost. Little tie up behind the goal between a couple players. Backhanded up to the top, and fanning on it there was Flaherty.
Yeah, Flaherty was waiting on that glove side of Dietz for the long slapper near the blue line, but he didn't quite get the cleanest pass in the world. Let's see if they try to go for an offensive formation here as that shot is blocked by Dietz's pad.
That was Bonsukin with the shot. Centered out in front. Good opportunity there. Sneaky pass from behind the net. Gamecocks kind of running into each other out there, but they've controlled most of this possession a minute and a half into this game. Here is Bonsukin once more, sends that one wide of the net. It's going to be scooped up by Tommy Marvin, who throws it around to the other side. Back up to Bonsukin, kind of quarterbacking this offensive possession here. Flip down low, centering pass, bouncing puck goes into the corner. It's a big number 9, Matt Wallace, for that Clemson defense over there. Pass comes back to Bonsukin. He throws one at the cage, bouncing puck in front, hit traffic on the way to Dietz. Gamecocks still looking to get possession, as getting tied up there was Bonsukin and Oliver Grinkin. Now centering pass to the middle there. Fans looking for a couple calls on that possession. Nothing doing from the Stripes. Shot there, more traffic in front, couldn't get all the way through. Gamecocks still with full possession here. Finally turn it over, but Clemson gives it right back. Cross-ice pass. Looking for number 9, David DuBois. And that'll be eaten up and swallowed by Dietz for our first stoppage of the game.
You know, I was going to say that I think the Gamecocks should take some looks for some things closer to the net, because we saw Bonsukin and Flaherty with those long shots, but just a little left of the net, stick side for Dietz. But now we're seeing a lot of congestion in front of the net. You know, you can screen the goalie, but you can also screen your own shots.
Puck stays in the zone. More physicality being on display here at the Plex. Gamecocks moving the puck well. Along the half wall, turnover for the Gamecocks. Still it's kept in, finally clearing the zone. Gamecocks will have to tag up.
Marcella's gone down about 3 times in a row. He's the one who turned the puck over on that big hit on the boards, and straight back up.
DuBois tied up in the corner. It comes out to number 18, Diaz, right there. He had a golden opportunity, a good save made by the Gamecock goaltender, Tamoyan. Dump and chase for Carson Stickley. He'll exit stage left. And the Gamecocks will get on the forecheck. A good one so far. Clemson struggling to clear their zone. That one's flipped off the glass and out of play.
I heard the name Santiago Diaz come out of your mouth. Funnily enough, somebody in our chat, I believe a parent of a player here, said that Kai Bonsukin and Santiago Diaz, the unlikeliest of friends in this rivalry game, both played for the Dallas Stars elite team in Texas, where they're both from.
Friends off the ice, but I'm sure on the ice tonight it's going to get ugly. Puck can't be cleared by the Gamecocks. Clemson with their first offensive possession here, and then getting bulldozed is number 5, Watts Kokla. He's going to get it right back, though. Slam on the brakes, and then, oh my gosh, these boys are throwing the body right now.
And throwing sticks, too. That's the second lost stick I've seen.
Turnaround shot there, and then a centering pass. Alex Wallace couldn't get it to go. This rowdy fan base doesn't want to let anything go in front of the Stripes, excuse me. Referees have kind of let the boys play so far. Looking for a deflection in front, net didn't get it. Hit from behind, and as I say that, we're going to get our first penalty of the day, and rightfully so. Looks like it's going to be a boarding penalty, and the Gamecocks will get the first man advantage of tonight's matchup.
Yeah, you talked about big Matt Wallace. Sometimes you can't handle that strength, that size. He's going to the box right now, and a line change for both teams.
Get their power play 1 unit out and their penalty kill 1 out unit if you're the Tigers. Face-off will be on the blocker side of Dietz. And the Gamecocks have really felt like they've been controlling possession this first 3.5 minutes. Let's see what they can do on the man advantage. Comes to the top. And quick shot off the wrist of John Riggins, who's wearing the A on his chest tonight.
A few years ago, he was the top point scorer in all of club hockey, Division I club hockey that was. He was an instrumental part to that 23-24 national championship season. I believe the Gamecocks point leader for the past 3 years from Boston, Mass, a former D1 non-club collegiate hockey player.
Tommy Marvin has the puck now, skates to the center zone. Now he's going to move down the left wing side, try to set it across ice, deflected and out of play. So just a tad under 5 minutes into this game. Gamecocks have had a lot of possession, but only a few shots on goal. They're still looking to find the back of the net first. Puck comes out of play again. Some commemorative t-shirts being thrown into the stands.
Yeah, at first I thought they were hats, and I was like, not even one goal has been scored.
Riggins, nice dish over to Tommy Marvin. Thought about a slap shot, thought better, sends it over to Scove. Scove tries to send it just like how he drew it up. Along the half wall, he's got some pressure coming, couldn't find it in his skates, regains composure, backhands one behind the net. And now that one's backhanded up to Riggins, sent on, back to Riggins. And they'll play catch, Tommy Marvin, slap shot, deflected in front off a stick, pretty high up in the zone. But it's cleared by the Tigers with under a minute to go in the power play.
Good movement, though. I like the unselfishness, especially on the power play. If you don't have a look and there's a body in front of you, that probably means that there's not a body in front of someone else.
Puck kept in the zone by Bonsukin. Big hit along the boards, but the Tigers will clear. 37 seconds in the first man advantage of the night. Behind the net now is Lucas Van Mullen. He's going to give it to his D-pair man, Kai Bonsukin.
Van Mullen, only a freshman, but tied for the tallest on this team, 6'4", as he eats some ice there.
Puck sent the lane for the ice one more time. Good forecheck from number 11, Sully Kopp. Gamecocks will have one final push with 6 seconds remaining in this man advantage. Flying through the zone now is Toshin. Toshin tries to take a shot. Stick save made by Dietz, and he'll freeze to get the Tigers a line change. We're back to 5-on-5 action.
What a kill. I thought that was actually a really good offensive possession for the Gamecocks. They just couldn't quite capitalize. But like we said earlier, I doubt that is the last penalty in this game.
Absolutely not. 13:25 to go in the first period. Quick shot there, swallowed up by Dietz. That came off the stick of George Clavin.
I like the attempt fresh off the face-off, though, because they've got their line in. They're thinking, oh, we just got the kill, you know.
Try and catch them sleeping,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. Another quick shot there, gloved out of the sky by Dietz. And he's been busy in this first period.
I told you he was going to be formidable. Just as much as the Gamecocks have seen him, he's seen the Gamecocks.
Face-off won by Clemson this time. Yet again, it comes to Dietz. Off the glass, and looked like it wasn't going to get out of the zone, but bounces off a couple of Gamecock skates on the blue line. And now almost a turnover in their zone. Puck kept in for a brief moment. Now it's turned over again. So teams trading a couple turnovers here. Clemson will start their breakout process. That puck is sent the length of the ice. Icing is waved off. Tie up along the boards. There was a couple Tiger bodies there who really gave the work to David DuBois. And now the puck comes into the neutral zone where number 20, Brady Dume, will throw it back into the Gamecock zone. Skating back through center. Good poke check there in the neutral zone. And then a shoulder to go along with it. That was number 26, Van Sicklin, for the Tigers. That one's sent at Dietz. He didn't really have full control of it. Now behind the net, the Gamecocks continue their forecheck and offensive possession. Sound like a broken record when I keep saying Gamecock offensive possession. That's just all this game has really been so far.
Yes, it has. We saw Van Sickly stay back there and really establish that forecheck. The thing is, I think that Clemson has been dominant on the boards, but just haven't been able to get into the offensive zone with much control, at least.
Looking to change that is number 11, Sully Komp right here. Good poke check there from Flaherty. And now back the other way come the Gamecocks. Carson Stickley flips it in. On the chase is Aiden Dumphy, a defenseman, but goes all the way behind the net for the boys in black. Not sure what just flew off the stick.
I think it was the stick.
It was a good deflection there. It looks like he was going towards the cage.
Ooh, good touch pass from Flaherty.
Flaherty takes a spill off the leg of Alex Wallace, and then he takes a spill due to the likes of Lucas Van Mullen. Puck gets up into the rafters, the low-hanging rafters here at the Plex, with 10:59 to go in the first period.
Still 0-0 score. I will say in the few, not the few actually, the many Gamecock Clemson games I have seen, especially in the Plex, scoring can take a while. I've seen a few, you know, not to jinx it, I've got some wood I'll knock on, but I've seen some games where it's been a whole first period with no scoring just because they're really feeling each other out and trying to get the anger out a little bit. Maybe don't have as much composure to memorize the playbook, as it were.
Lead pass gets just a touch away from Van Mullen. Bouncing puck will end up in the Clemson zone. Now they'll try and take it through the neutral zone. Nothing doing. It's kind of been the story tonight as well. A couple turnovers there for both squads. A lively bounce off the boards. Chased by Kolkla. And then he's taken down behind the boards. Puck flipped out of the zone. Some more pushing and shoving at the other end of the ice. Icing is the call. And we'll head back down to Dietz.
Whole new line coming in for the Gamecocks.
Tigers cannot change due to the icing. A newer rule in all of hockey. See that in the NHL, AHL, and college hockey. Trying to flip it out again. It's kept in this time. The second try works. Goes the full length again. So Clemson tried to get a change there. Thought it was going to slow up a bit. Did not. So right back to the glove hand side of Dietz will go.
This might be a time for the Gamecocks to capitalize. I think that the legs are not very fresh on this Clemson side. They're looking for the line change, playing a little more passively, but still a lot of physicality in this game.
Riggins won the faceoff, but Clemson has control of the puck right now. Flipped out again into the neutral zone. Finally, Clemson gets that line change. Looking to make him pay for it is number 23, Riccitelli. Takes a shot, pad save by Dietz. Good reaction to kick it out to the half wall there from Dietz in net. Backhanded and then chopped at. And now burst of speed from number 22. So much going on. Great chance there. And now Tomoyan has some business to take care of, as that's the first real chance Clemson has had. Turnover there. Back the other way comes the Gamecocks. Toshin tried to feed his man Colin Reed, but he just couldn't get control of it. Trying to keep it tape to tape has been hard for a couple of these players tonight, for both sides. Quick shot there just over the head of Tomoyan. Ralston was the shooter. Now flipped up off the Gamecock board and out. Here comes John Riggins. John Riggins to the center of the ice, gets tied up. Will head to the corner. Tries to throw the reverse hit. He ends up on the ice. Dancing with the puck now is Winkleblack. Delayed penalty. Tomoyan's going to come off. Puck is sent out of play, and it looks like the Gamecocks will get their second man advantage of this first period.
I've always been a big fan of Tyler Tomoyan and those sort of cardboard-looking pads.
Yes.
He's always
Very
worn
old
the
school.
brown. I'm a big fan of it.
very old school look indeed. So, Tyler, you mentioned how you liked the first power play from this Gamecock unit. Still no goal. What has to change this time?
Really, if you're the Gamecocks, I don't think you feel sour about it at all. What has to change is you can't let Clemson dominate the forecheck, especially a man down. A lot of far shots, maybe I would try to bring that in a little bit. More centering passes, especially when you're going to have a man uncovered most of the time.
Van Molen overskated it. Bonsukin kept it in the zone. Now down behind Dietz. Quick pass out in front, save, rebound! Never got through, bodies in front. And now chance here for Clemson, but a great return. Can't tell who that was. I think that was Van Molen. Excuse me, it was Marcella. Great play there, getting back in time and making a play in front of the Gamecock bench. Tie up along the boards in the corner. Gamecocks come away with possession, very methodically looking for a pass. Overskating that one was Flaherty.
A minute left in the power play.
Puck is sent the length of the ice. Clemson on the forecheck. Tomoyan has to get rid of it. Here comes Bonsukin. Evades pressure. Lets his power play unit change from the first to the second shift. Now skating back through with speed is Scove. Scove enters the Clemson zone, slams on the brakes at the half wall. Throws it up top to Tommy Marvin. Marvin fumbled it a little bit, but still got it over to his man. Here's Riggins. Riggins down low. Give and go. Riggins backhand out front. Great chance. Great save by Dietz.
And I talked about him in our open, but Colin Reed, the screener, he gets that from his brother too. Those Reeds play low down, physical, and I think that that's going to be a very valid way for the Gamecocks to try to score, is off of screen attempts on that right side, because I already said earlier, Flaherty likes that long shot off the right, and if he's got Reed right in front, he might as well, especially a man up.
Comes back to Riggins at the point, back over to Tommy Marvin, thought about a slap shot, went one more over, and that one might have been deflected in front, but Dietz still got a piece of it.
And there's Colin Reed getting the rebound, playing that up front position to the tee.
Penalty has expired. Quick shot, bouncing puck over the net. And we're back to 5-on-5 action here as the Gamecocks fall to 0-2 on the power play. Certainly doesn't feel like it, but we remain scoreless here in this first period with 6:15 to go in the opening frame. Tommy Marvin's going to go back and help out Tomoyan, who's going to skate through their zone and try and break this one out. Deflected into the Clemson bench off the stick of Pushkar.
Gamecocks bringing in some new personnel. Power play has been killed. Even strength on both sides. Face-off coming.
Face-off at center ice. Possession controlled by the Gamecocks just for a brief moment. Now a battle in the neutral zone. It's poked along. And now flying down the right wing side. Quick shot just goes over. Hit that end glass. Matt Baxter, another name from that D3 national championship team we talked about in our intro. He's got a wicked wrist shot. Puck sent the length of the ice, but it was touched by Dunphy. So no icing. 5.5 minutes to go in the first.
Good little juke from Dunphy to get that defender off of him so he could advance the puck.
Puck sent back in, deflected once more. And so deja vu as Riccitelli will go get it for the Gamecocks. Now flipped up out of the neutral zone. Chasing after it is Winkelbleck, but it's going to be possessed by the Tigers. Stretch pass too far ahead. Good stick check. Now coming back the other way. Nice move there, trying to get back to the center on that right wing side. Gamecocks change a couple more personnel. Double team in the corner for the Tigers. Delayed hand pass called. But Clemson touches up in a big collision right in front of the penalty box. But Clemson's got bigger things to worry about as the Gamecocks continue to put that pressure and tilt the ice. Oh, big hit there. Shot from the point off the post. Couple big key moments there. Shot from Marchese rings the post, and that's the closest anyone's gotten tonight. Now dancing with the puck, still tied up under the skates, and now Clemson will break out the other way. On-man rush brewing, sent in front. Good stop by Tamoyan. He deflected it long enough. A tie up in front as well helped. Lead pass, no good as it goes through the skates of the Gamecock forward. So both teams with a couple good looks here. 3:35 to go in the first. Pad save by Tamoyan. Quick shot, rebound, follow-up opportunity. It comes out to the top half of the zone.
A shot from Dumais and a shot from Wallace. Tamoyan says no to both. He's finally being tested and living up to it, as well as Dietz.
Quick chance out in front. Puck is still loose. Batted out of the air by Van Molen. No chance. Trying to bank it off Dietz. And the Gamecocks continue to rack up their shots on goal. Here's Bonsukin. He fanned on a shot. That one comes over his skate. And now back the other way. His number 8, Will Ralston, takes a shot, and Tamoyan gets a cheer from the crowd as he makes the save, and some fireworks behind the goal.
We're almost approaching the end of the first period. The offense is picking up, but the goalies are sticking with it. We talked about Parker Dietz at the end as well, or at the end of our open, as well as the fact that the Gamecocks have flexibility. I doubt that they'll switch goalies to Zach Hayes, but he is an option for other games. For the past couple years, Tamoyan has been the prevailing starter, but the puck will be dropped right in front of him with 2:55 to go.
Face off on the blocker side of Tamoyan is going to be scooped up by the Gamecocks. Here comes a big hit. Business decision to get out of the way. Puck comes out of the zone, or out of the, over the glass, excuse me.
Yes.
Fumbled over my words there.
I knew what you meant, but I'm here with you.
Yeah, there we go. It's been a week. So another face-off, blocker side of Tamoyan. This time it's won by the Tigers. Just kind of hacking at it was Connors. Ended up getting to Tamoyan. He kind of shouldered that one off. Now Tommy Marvin backhands one for Bonsukin. Back to Marvin. And that was a good breakout from the Gamecocks. Here's Riggins with a burst of speed. He got tied up, and it's cleared. So back to the neutral zone. The Gamecocks will tag up. 2:18 to go in this first period. Marvin sends one towards Dietz. He scoops that one up like a catcher in baseball, and he'll get a stoppage in play.
A little one-hopper for him.
Yeah, it was nice.
Austin, how does it feel to be back in the Plex?
Feels amazing. I called both Florida games, and it was just, I mean, the energy is unreal, especially with the crowd like this one.
Standing room only. Well,
and
there's a little bit of sitting room.
And it's been that way for many years now. That's just a testament to how big hockey has grown here in Columbia/Irmo, South Carolina. No call there, and a shot off the stick of Tamoyan. Had an odd man rush, but the Tigers, that's probably the best look they've had this game so far.
Definitely.
1:50 to go in this first period. Tommy Marvin behind the cage. Dishes it off the boards and up. Flipped up ahead and chasing after it is Finelli. Finelli ties up in the corner. He had Marcelo to go with him. Stickley tried to aid the Gamecocks on the forecheck. Now Flaherty trying to push one ahead. Big hit there.
Finelli just took a big one.
Big one is an understatement after that hit. Here's Aiden Dunphy trying to give it back with 1:05 to go. Turnover right in front of Dietz, and they score!
The sophomore Savario Marcella from Claremont, Georgia. Not the first person that I thought was going to score, and I even thought that it was going to come earlier on one of those power plays, but it's left right in the middle. He says, yeah, top corner.
an absolute gift, and it's not even Christmas time for Marcella. 62 seconds to go in the first, and it's 1-0 Gamecocks.
If we were further into the game, I would have called that the Chelsea dagger, but that's just the goal song. Clapping along to it are the Gamecock fans as we're back to center ice.
Marcella with the game-opening goal. 18 minutes and 58 seconds elapsed in the first period. And as we're under the final 45 seconds here in this opening frame, the Gamecocks have a 1-0 lead. Looking for one more here. They're not letting up. Shot from the point off the shoulder of Dietz. He kind of jumped in his crease there. And now another turnover. Man, they just keep getting twisted and turned into each other.
It's that far right corner. It always is.
A little 2-on-2 action there. Struggling to get up is George Clavin, excuse me. He is just absolutely buried in there, and he's going to give a shot to the Tigers defenseman. 15 seconds to go. We've got a couple scrums here. Fireworks at the Plex on this Friday night. And for anyone who is not familiar with the rivalry, welcome to Clemson versus South Carolina.
Might see some people go into the box. That's Flaherty for the Gamecocks. I can't quite tell who that is for the Tigers. It looks like the Tigers a little more shaken up, though.
15 seconds remaining in the first, and I think you're right, Tyler. We might get a couple here. The referees are deliberating.
Flaherty's not in the box just yet.
Trying to see who they're getting here.
It looks like 22, DiBartolomeo for Clemson was that one who was in that little scrum with Flaherty.
And Flaherty is headed to the box for the Gamecocks, so there's at least one.
Expected.
And
I don't know if they're going to send it. Yeah, DiBartolomeo goes to the box as well.
So unsure if they're going to call him for roughing, and we're going to be 4-on-4. Clemson's actually got two guys in the box now. I didn't see who the other one was, but we'll see in about 15 seconds when they come out for the intermission. Referee's still talking to the scores keeper. So as we continue to work this out, we currently see two in the box for the Tigers, one in the box for the Gamecocks. A couple officials talking to Alex Sarah, Gamecock head coach.
Looked a little defeated coming out of that meeting with the ref. Just shake the head. Okay. Look at the difference between the two nets here. Clemson, everyone on the team gathered at the net, whereas it's just Tamoyan and...
Looks like Riccitelli.
Yes, it is Riccitelli.
Having a little friendly chat. Making sure Tamoyan's still awake down there. Hasn't had too much to do in this first period, but what he has had to deal with has been breathtaking.
It's true.
It's been a couple open looks on the doorstep for the Tigers.
I said that these Gamecock Tigers first periods usually start slow. One goal off of the stick of Marcella. Sort of a gift just fell right in front of him, point blank in front of Dietz.
10 seconds to go. There are two people in the box for the Gamecocks and Tigers as well. We'll get you those numbers when they come out, but last chance here with 1 second, nothing doing. And another hit. End of the first period, 1-0. The Gamecocks lead. And we'll be back for the second period in just about 15, 20 minutes or so.
We got a good one.
You're watching Cock Hockey on SGTV. Back here for the start of the second period, Gamecocks and Tigers. Tyler, what did you like out of the first period? The Gamecocks have a 1-0 lead and have absolutely tilted the ice, but Clemson's keeping up with them in the hit statistic.
I was going to say, I liked the aggressiveness. This game is always aggressive, as it ought to be. It's hockey, and it's a rivalry. If it was any other way, I would be beyond upset. We've said a couple times, Clemson doing great with the forecheck, just can't quite get past Tomoyen's glove or pads. And I love the fact that we ended with some penalties, and it looks like those are not affecting the start of this period whatsoever. But I don't know, I thought maybe we'd have some people in the box when we came back.
We've got 2 in the box from each team, but we are 5-on-5 on the ice. Second period is underway, and Clemson will be shooting from left to right now. Gamecocks shooting right to left. Pass up ahead, good opportunity here for the Tigers to start this second period. Save made by Tomoyen. Now Van Mullen will skate away from pressure. Cross ice pass. Gonna go the length. Coming out to play it is Dietz. Throws it off the Gamecock bench and into their zone.
That was risky from Dietz. Scove was coming in hot and has good stick skills.
And here comes Aiden Dunphy with a shot. Never got all the way through. That went off the shin guards of Gus Hedrick. Wasting no time getting back to physical play as both these teams. As the Gamecocks look to clear their zone. Flipped up and out, bouncing puck, gonna come the length of the ice. It was not touched, but no icing. Maybe getting a piece of it was Oliver Grinkin for the Tigers. But now flying back through the neutral zone is Ralston. Kind of lost control of the puck there. Now he's gonna try a backhanded wraparound. Tried to stuff it home on Tomoyen, nothing doing there. Now coming back through for the Gamecocks is Toshin. Toshin centers one, no one home. And now here comes Owen Connors. He got stood up in the neutral zone. It comes across to Tommy Marvin. He tries to go cross ice to Colin Reed. Colin Reed's gonna beat Grinkin in and win the puck battle for the Gamecocks. Now here's Riggins. Riggins backhands one up to the point for Bonsukin. Bonsukin shot from the point, deflected, and they score! Dietz fell down in the crease. He's looking for some interference. He's not gonna get the call. And the Gamecocks take the lead 2-0.
We saw the Cocks trying to sort of camp that far glove side slapper this whole time. Finally, Bonsukin gets one to go off the assist from John Riggins. Like I said earlier, point leader for the Gamecocks over the past few years. Surprised it wasn't Tommy Marvin, who I revealed his nickname to you earlier, the Apple Tree. Marvin was the assist leader for the Gamecocks for the past 2 years, I believe. But he wasn't even involved in this play at all, except for the setup. And what was a slow-scoring first period has evolved into not even 2 minutes gone in the second, and 2-0.
We talk about hustle paying off. Colin Reed got around Grinkin to win the puck battle and keep the puck in the zone for the Gamecocks. Gets the deflection a few plays later, and it's 2-0 for the Men in Black.
Well, that's Colin Reed's job, and he knows it. He knows that he's probably not going to be the scorer or even the assist, but if he can get the screen assist or the pass to the assist, that's what he's there for.
So now Clemson trying to come back and answer. Late first period goal, early second period goal for the Gamecocks has them up 2 on this Friday night rivalry matchup. Turnover for the Gamecocks. Clemson kind of just chopping at it right now. Haven't really had any sustained offensive time. We've seen a couple odd man rush opportunities for the Tigers, couple opportunities to kind of just poke home a rebound, but nothing really set up or strong in the offensive zone.
What they need is a power play. And if they keep baiting, say, somebody like Brendan Flaherty, who already got into a fight earlier today, they may get that power play, because even though I think, you know, Stripes have had a pretty lax whistle, icing, whatnot, letting them play, when things get egregious, they get called.
Yeah, yeah. Especially in a rivalry game. When they know when they need to get a hold of the game, they will.
Yes.
I think both teams right now are kind of just pushing the issue and trying to, quote unquote, make them call it. And they're kind of seeing what the boundary is.
I actually think for the most part,
holy,
as Tamoyan sits on that one, this game has been pretty clean.
No whistle there as Tamoyan had it in his pads. Ended up dropping it, and now here come the Gamecocks back the other way. Garrett Albers goes to work in the corner on this near side. Coming away with it now. And then getting tangled up was Winklebleck. Punts it back the other way. Good speed there. Shot off the shoulder. That came from number 18, Santiago Diaz. Backhanded. The length of the ice. No icing. And there you go again. Kind of a lax whistle there. Very hesitant to blow it. Some more fireworks there from Albers and the Tigers rival. Tie up behind Tamoyan. One more from each team join. The puck doesn't move very much. Right in front of that student section down there. Good move out front, good deflection. I think that was Tommy Marvin who got a skate on it. Oh, and a nice move there to clear the zone. Gamecocks will head back the other way. Van Mullen wins the race back. And now, oh, dangerous play out in front. Clemson, a little bit of a miscommunication. Here come the Gamecocks back the other way once more. Marchese got double teamed, but they still get possession. Shot. Dietz never really saw it, just kind of went by his left shoulder and over the goal. Back to the point, shot, never got all the way through traffic in front. Here comes Owen Connors. He gets tagged in the neutral zone. Now he's going to steal one at the blue line. And a great chance here for the Tigers. 3-on-1 opportunity. Shot saved by Tamoyan. We've got a stoppage in play. Looks like the goal came off its pegs. But what a save by Tamoyan down there. 3-on-1 for the Tigers.
I was going to say Clemson's best look of the game. Tamoyan looking like the Great Wall of Tyla over there. That was maybe the worst pun I've ever made in my life, but there's more hockey to wash it away.
I like the attempt, though.
It's okay. Hey, us Tylers got to stick together.
Alongside Tyler Perrone, I'm Austin McConnell. You're watching Cock Hockey on SGTV. We want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Friday night lights of our own here, mid-October. Gamecocks have a 2-0 lead with 14:40 to go in this second period. Here comes Van Mullen dancing through. Nice stick work, drops it back. Kind of fumbling the puck there was Scove, but he kept it in long enough. And now he's going to have it behind the net. Pass out in front, good opportunity there from Pushkar. Pad save by Dietz. Van Mullen circles. Poked ahead, but not out. And now it's cleaned up by the Clemson forwards. Good back check there from Riccitelli. Poked ahead, still chopping at it. Puck is still loose out in front. Dangerous look defensively for the Gamecocks, and now they've got something coming back the other way. Cross ice pass, shot, score! John Riggins off the pass from Carson Scove.
Riggins had the assist earlier. Now he's got one in the net himself. 2 points on the day. I told you, Riggins was the impact player coming in, and he's always the impact player for the Gamecocks. I mean, really. But so, I shouldn't say some surprising, scoring from Marcella, but didn't expect the sophomore to get that first one. Now 3-0 after a very low scoring first. I thought maybe this would be, sort of touch and go, tit for tat. Thought maybe Clemson would start off with a goal, but extending the lead are the Gamecocks.
The Gamecocks kick the field goal and go up 3-0 here with 13:55 to go in this middle frame. This crowd has been rowdy all night, but continue to be loud after John Riggins nets his first of the evening. Once again, like my partner Tyler said, getting his second point of the night. Shot there, blocker save from Dietz. Gamecocks almost put another one in there just under 30 seconds after scoring one. And now here's a good chance for Clemson back the other way. Skating through and centering across. That was number 19, Kevin Arthur. Could not make the tape-to-tape pass with Colcla. Puck flip deflected down. Tommy Marvin's going to go pick it up in the corner. Gets it poked away for a brief moment. Gamecocks retain possession. Dancing with the puck now is Colin Reed. Reed evading pressure very well. He's been flying around out there tonight.
Mostly behind the net. He's so safe back there.
Nice shifty move sent across. Here's Bonsuk in a shot. Never got all the way front. Broken stick for the Clemson Tigers. Now another odd man rush back the other way. Saved by Tamoyan.
Not quite sure what Clemson's Alex Wallace was doing, pretty much standing in the net. And as that whistle was blown, he put both hands up like Rocky, like he had done something, but nothing on the scoreboard to reflect that. Not quite sure what that was about.
There's been a couple opportunities that I've noticed from Clemson. They've had a couple odd man rushes, but a lot of the times they're not looking to make that extra pass. It's whoever's bringing it down the ice, they're just taking the shot.
Yeah, they're...
I feel like you got to get Tamoyan moving side to side if you're going to
Yeah,
score.
I'd like to see them maybe realize that and try to go for a decoy of some sort. Maybe have another winger following behind the center who's bringing it up and then last second dish it back. I don't know. Right now it just kind of seems, I don't want to say lazy, but like they've got one man attacking and they think they can beat the one-on-one and they just haven't yet.
Puck battle in the skates there. Tamoyan just had one go off the tip of his glove. He checked for holes, shook his head. Now here comes Finelli back the other way. Finelli kind of threw that one towards the center, and chopping at it was Stickley, but Dietz will fall on it. And some more conversation between these two teams.
I'd like to say I don't think Dietz has played poorly.
No, he hasn't.
By any stretch. I feel like the Gamecocks are just quicker than Dietz's last line of defense. He's not really getting blockers to get in front of the shot.
And I don't have the tally in front of me, but he's made countless saves tonight. And, you know, just the fact he's only let in 3 is very impressive in itself because, I mean, from the puck drop, it has been Gamecocks on the offensive side. There's another save made by Dietz. Slow backhander, chopped at, kept in for a brief moment by DuBois. That's what I thought it was, had to make sure. Now another tie up in the corner. Ref giving them an earful there. Both players kind of look at him. Like I said earlier, trying to push the limit and see where that line in the sand is before they cross it.
Speaking of sand, it kind of looks like that's what these guys are skating in. I've seen a lot of guys falling down unprovoked.
The pair of defensemen for the Gamecocks kind of playing catch behind the goal there. Now it's deflected up and in front of the Clemson bench. Comes back into the zone where Marchese kind of started the breakout process. A little ugly, but they got it out. Now centering pass, no one there. That could have been a high stick there. No call. Refs continue to swallow their whistle for both teams here tonight. And now back through center come the Gamecocks once more. 3-on-3 as they enter the zone off the knob of Dietz. In the corner, no one knows where it is. Finally comes around, great bounce for the Gamecocks. Could not finish it there, that was George Clavin. And that's how they scored the first goal tonight, the Gamecocks. It kind of just fell right in their lap. Almost got another one.
Yeah, I saw Dietz's back turn and Clavin with the puck. I said, no, another Marcellus situation.
Close to too many men there for Clemson. They do a good job avoiding it. And now a wide open look there. Shot got deflected in front. Sent across, no one's home. Tamoyan
was worming.
All over guys. He looked like a fish out of water. And the net comes off, so we're going to get a stoppage with 9:51 to go in the second period.
Wow. I didn't realize that that period was halfway done. It seemed seems like this game has been going very quickly, like we've been saying. Very lax whistles. Don't mind it, though, if it's on both sides. If you're going to let them play, let them play. 3-0 Gamecocks, 9:51 left.
So face-off coming to the right of Tamoyan. It's won by Clemson. Shot there, glove down by Tamoyan. Kind of had a sprawl to make that save, but he does just that.
One thing with Tamoyan is I think that was probably a good decision for Clemson. They haven't really taken a long shot in a while. That's Tamoyan's specialty, though.
Yeah.
Especially, you made the baseball catcher sort of reference earlier. That's very much so what Tamoyan looks like, especially for those high slappers and wristers.
Puck on the half wall, comes out to the point. Shot there, more traffic in front. Another thing the Gamecocks have done well tonight is just getting in front of pucks, kind of limiting the work Tamoyan really has to do. Back the other way, Van Molen's been busy tonight. He fends off a double team there and gets the puck right back in the corner and still flips it up top. Shot there, deflected in front, more traffic. Van Molen right there again. He's got the puck, shot, turnaround save. Now chasing after the puck is Pushkar, the captain for the Gamecocks. Tried to throw it out front, no one home. That sent the length of the ice, raced for it, waved off. It was going to be icing, but good hustle there from Van Sicklin. All we're missing is Van Halen. It'll be icing this way. Face-off coming in the Gamecocks defensive zone with 8:47 to go in the middle frame.
We've hit the point in the night where we're talking about our parents' music.
My parents' music, but also mine.
Yeah.
I love good 80s rock, and, you know, I do have to shout out my dad for, you know, kind of putting me on as a kid. You know, the Van Halens, the AC/DCs, all the classics.
You know what AC/DC means? Power.
I think it means power, right? Pushkar with some nice moves, skating all the way to the center. And he still got a shot off from his knees on the goal line. Unbelievable effort from the Gamecock captain. Now that one's sent across, nothing doing there. Van Molen and a couple other Gamecocks will go get a line change. That one sent the length of the ice. Close to icing again. But good hustle from the Tigers. They've started to kind of evenly tilt the ice again. I know the Gamecocks have scored 2 in this middle frame, but Clemson's starting to put some pressure on this Gamecock back check.
Yeah, the Tigers haven't looked bad on offense. I think that they haven't been nearly as quick to get to their own goal as the Gamecocks have. Seems like the defensemen, I don't know if they're just not as fast of skaters or aren't looking to deflect like that, if they have a different defensive scheme, but seems like the Gamecocks have at least one person in front of their goalie for every shot attempt.
Ralston had control of the puck for a minute and then turned it over. That's going to be sent the length of the ice. No icing as Colin Reed got to it first for the Gamecocks. Now he's going to battle with Iacobelli. Couldn't find it for a minute, but now they do. Good stick lift there from Riggins. Bouncing puck comes to Reed, and he'll turn the other way. Reed tried to slam on the brakes, nothing working there. Kokla turns it over. Colin Reed sends that one wide. Big follow-up hit there from Riggins. And he's going to go get some water on the bench. A couple Tigers do as well. Puck deflected in by Toshin. Comes around the boards. Finelli has it along the far side half wall. Dropped it off for Stickley, who sent that one high. Hit traffic in front. Here is Stickley again. More traffic in front. Finelli with the turnaround chance, and then a rebound chance out in front. This Gamecocks like third or fourth line has been really solid tonight as well. Hit after hit on this near side.
Alex Wallace for Clemson just lost his stick, and he doesn't even bother to go get it. He just goes back to the bench.
Gamecocks sent something up here. Shot just goes over the right shoulder of Dietz. Comes back to this near side. Shot scores! Mateo Marchese.
It ain't easy being cheesy, Austin.
4-0 Gamecocks. And that opens up this game drastically with 6:05 to go in the second period. Mateo Marchese, another guy from that D3 National Championship hockey team. And a timeout called by Clemson. 3 goals in this middle frame by the Gamecocks.
Another guy from that team and another guy from the Northeast. This Gamecock hockey program has only 2 native South Carolinians on the roster, and only one of them has seen the ice tonight. I think I don't want to say it's a testament to, this. I would say it's a testament to this team's outreach, because they got people like John Riggins, a former D1 collegiate player, coming in to play on this team. Now a national championship in the club scene as well. What do you think about the growth of this program, either since you've known about it or since you yourself have arrived on campus, Austin?
Yeah, I've always been a big hockey fan, so I always kind of knew about it. But then I came to a game here my sophomore or junior year, and I've been in journalism for a couple years as well. I had to do a story after I saw the crowd that was here. I expected a good amount of people to be here, some friends, some family, but I mean, students are piling in. They're making the 20-minute drive out here on a Friday night.
We're not on campus.
We are not on campus at all. We're not super far from it, but it's not an easy trip either. And so that really blew my mind. I had to write a story about it where I was just blown away by the crowd and the energy for South Carolina hockey. And maybe it's because we don't have many pro sports down here, I guess, across multiple sports. But I mean, it kind of feels like this is a minor league hockey team in here tonight, and every Friday night and Saturday night that these Gamecocks put on the jerseys.
I bet you got an A on that assignment, didn't you, Austin?
I hope so. I think I did. I'm still enrolled, so that means something went right. Back underway here, 4-0 to score. 3 goals in this second period. The last one coming off the stick of Marchese. Puck goes off the top of the stanchion. 5:35 to go in the second. Clemson in desperate need of a goal. They want to get back in this game. It was tight in the first, and it's felt kind of tight in the second, but Gamecocks are just capitalizing on their opportunities. As now getting hounded is Matthew Baxter. That one goes out of play.
Yeah, the second goal for the Gamecocks came with 18:04 left in the second. I said 2-0, Clemson, a little bit of work. Good-looking attempts, though. And they've still had good-looking attempts, but Tomoyan has been stellar. We were talking about in the first how he hadn't been tested. Now he has been tested. And I think maybe something that the Clemson Tigers have been lacking is they haven't been chasing the rebound as much as the Gamecocks. And that's been the difference maker.
Tomoyan is 6'1", 175, and he's throwing his body around. I mean, he's all over the crease tonight, doing a stellar job. And that's always been a strength for the Gamecocks, is their goaltending, as Aiden Dunphy circles goal line extended here. Between the legs from Van Mullen. Good opportunity there. I don't hate the look. I mean, you're short side on the left post, you're righty. Kind of goal line extended.
Getting offensive looks up 4-0. No look is a bad one.
Van Mullen's been everywhere tonight. Crowd getting rowdy for something. I'm unsure of what in this moment. Turnover there as Oliver Grinkin tries to clear the zone.
Oh, I think a beer tower fell over.
Oh, no. You know what? I would get upset about that, too. I get it. That one's swallowed up by Tomoyan with 4:18 to go in this middle frame.
In the first period, we were talking about how Clemson was besting the Gamecocks on the forecheck. I'd say the opposite is true now, especially people like Colin Reed just getting back there behind the opposite goalie, not afraid to lay the body on the line and get the dirty work done. Kind of a difference in play style. It's like the Gamecocks took Clemson's plan and sort of space jammed them.
Yeah.
They did what they were doing, but better.
Yeah. Long cross ice pass. Chasing after it is Toshin. Clemson looking to break out of their own zone. Big hit there behind the Clemson net. It doesn't matter the score. They're not slowing down with the physicality. As that one sent the length of the ice, it will be icing. Full sail line change for Clemson. Gamecocks ice the puck, so they can't change anybody. Clemson trying to get any advantage they can here tonight.
Another stoppage of play. I'm going to mention another unlikely friendship. Two New Jersey hitmen facing off. Brendan Flaherty for the Gamecocks and Oliver Grinkin for Clemson. Once again, two people who have met on club teams in this absolutely rowdy bout between the Birds and the Beasts.
And this won't be the last time we see him. January 23rd in Greenville, South Carolina. We will see these two teams go at it again. And SGTV, of course, will bring you the coverage. Shot there, deflected. Good work there from Toshin. Now Colin Reed has it behind the net. Flips it out to his man, Riggins. Riggins looking to go cross ice. No lane was available. Colin Reed, good forecheck. A little undersized going up against Matt Wallace there. Matt Wallace, a very big man, but he's going to win the battle.
It's not about the size of the dog, Austin.
Yep. Puck comes to a standstill on the far side half wall. And possession will be won by Clemson. Puck flipped out, looked out below. And a great catch by the man in a silver camo jersey. And we've got some fireworks back on the ice. We're not done yet, folks. It could be 10-0, it could be 0-0, it could be 5-5. These two teams don't like each other, and they're still going at it. And Riggins poking some fun.
Well, Riggins threw an absolute wallop of a punch on number 9, Matt Wallace of the Clemson Tigers. Saw Wallace stumble a little bit, refs did nothing, and Riggins walks away and does the killer crossover. That's the energy that this Gamecock team needed. 2-3, looking to get back to 500 and beyond, but this game is nowhere near over. 2:49 left in this period and a whole nother one, and I've seen crazier things happen than a 4-0 comeback.
Yeah, actually, you just took the words right out of my mouth. I've seen 4-0 comebacks in hockey before. You know, you want to keep the intensity up. You want to stay physical, but you don't want to lose your head or lose your composure too much to where you're taking unnecessary penalties and giving them a chance to get back in this game. 2:30 to go in the second period. Headed back through neutral zone is Owen Connors. He got tied up and lost the puck, so it's going to come back to number 3, Colby Carey. Puck kind of just being swatted at by both these teams here. Then it's cleared in. Helmet comes off of Carson Stickley, and he's going to flip the stick of Grinkin, and he's headed to the box. He did it right in front of the official.
The whistle's been lax, not that lax.
Yeah, it's hard to miss that one. But, I mean, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You don't want to lose your composure.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, in Stickley's defense, he got his helmet ripped off, but you can't flip the stick out of the guy's hand when the official is literally in between you two.
That's hubris. That's hubris for sure.
So with 2:13 to go in this second period, Clemson will have the man advantage tonight. I believe that's their first of the night for Clemson. Gamecocks have had 2. They're 0 for 2 on the power play. Clemson will look to break open the goose egg here late in the second and get at least a little momentum back on their side before they head into the intermission. Puck sent towards the cage, pad saved by Tamoyan. Kind of steered it to the back wall. And now a methodical start to this Clemson man advantage. Puck is sent to the length of the ice, and here comes Finelli. In the neutral zone, evading pressure is Van Sicklin. Tie up along the boards. Clemson comes away with possession. Sent down low, shot there, and it's stopped by Tamoyan. Sprawling in front of the net was Grinkin. You kind of said it. Everyone's just kind of hitting the ice tonight, hitting the deck.
Everyone's falling over. It's okay. It's been a long week.
Yeah, ice is slippery. I get it. So 1:24 to go in the second period, 1:12 remaining in the power play. 4-0 is the score if you're just joining us in favor of the Gamecocks. Ralston wins the faceoff for the Tigers, and now back the other way. It's a race for it. And a great opportunity there. And then a big follow-up hit. Rebound opportunity. Couple huge chances shorthanded for the Gamecocks. George Clavin got it started, and then Matthew Baxter almost had one of the finishing touches of his own.
Baxter, no stats in the sheet, but a really good showing from the sophomore, the young gun. He's been everywhere, has had multiple shots on goal.
Very quick, too. He shows off that speed a lot.
Oh, yeah. That's what happens when you're a sophomore. Trust me, junior year, it all goes.
Well, both of us as seniors know we can't.
Yeah.
We can't perform at the highest level anymore.
At my ripe age of 22.
30 seconds to go in the second period. 15 to go on the power play. Another turnover for the Tigers in their own zone. That's in testament to the heavy forecheck that the Gamecocks have put on tonight. Here's Aiden Dunphy. Skating back through center. One final opportunity there. Sends it across, and fanning on it was Marvin. Penalty is cleared. Back to 5-on-5 for the final 7 seconds here. And with 2 seconds left, crowd telling him to shoot it. Sent across to Marvin, or excuse me, Pushkar. But at the end of the second period, a 3-goal middle frame from the Gamecocks puts them up 4-0. And some more fireworks. I told you we weren't done.
No, we never are.
And we still got 20 minutes of regulation left.
Austin, think about it for a second. The past 2 minutes, the Gamecocks looked great on offense, right?
Yep.
How many guys did they have on the ice?
They had 4.
Yeah, they're better on the kill than they are on the power play. That's been an ongoing theme of this Gamecocks team. Even when they are down, they are not out. They're certainly not down on the scoreboard, but that can all change in the next period.
That's the voice of Tyler Perrone. I'm Austin McConnell. You're watching Cock Hockey on SGTV. We've got about 18 minutes until the start of the third period. 4-0 is your score. We'll be right back on SGTV. Well, here we go. 20 minutes of regulation remaining. 4-0 is our score. The Gamecocks lead the Clemson Tigers. Third period set to get underway. And, well, I asked you what the Gamecocks needed to do better after the first period, but I think they heard you.
I think they're doing all right.
I think they're doing quite well.
They'll be just fine without me, Austin.
They have done very well tonight. 4-0, or 4-0, excuse me, looking to get back to 3-3.
500 is looking real juicy right now, and something that we learned from the club during our break, John Riggins, all-time goal scorer for the Gamecocks. This is his, I'm not quite sure if it's his third or fourth year. I believe it's his third year with the club, but he was there for that national championship.
Yep.
He was the point leader in D1 club hockey for that season, and he has not slowed down.
51 goals makes him the club all-time goals leader. So congratulations to John Riggins. Once again, Gamecocks looking to get back to 500. 4-0 is a great start. Third period set to get underway. Clemson currently riding a 3-game heater, but they are in danger of falling back to 500.
Yeah,
And
they are looking colder than a polar bear's toenails, Austin.
Oh, yeah. And you've been on it with the sayings.
That's Outcast. That's Big Boy from Outcast. That's not me.
Gamecocks picking up right where they left off, pressuring this Clemson zone. Van Mullen, who's been all over the ice tonight, I've called his name probably 20 times. Been very active. Here he is again on the cross ice. He's going to drop it back. Quick shot there, steered aside by Dietz. Van Mullen hit the deck. It comes back up to the top with Flaherty. Flaherty sends it across. Good puck movement from the Gamecocks here to start this third period. And we talked about the physicality, and we've seen a bunch of fireworks after the whistle tonight. No one in the box, so we're 5-on-5, even strength. Here's Flaherty on the right side. Deekson dangles his way in as much as he can until he gets it poked away right in front of the goal. Another turnover for Clemson. Puck is backhanded in by Flaherty. And now they'll break out once more. Off the skate of the man of the hour, John Riggins. Gamecocks will regain possession. Riggins avoids pressure and stares down number 15, Sean Steck, who tried to lay a massive hit on him. And now Riggins hits the deck himself. Bonsukin from the point. Good traffic in front by Riggins. Good save by Dietz. Aired pass is going to leave the zone, and the Gamecocks will reset. Clemson with a little bit better of a forecheck here to start the third. I'm sure that was talked about during intermission, just trying to make them, force them to make turnovers. Clemson's kind of turned the puck over a lot tonight.
They looked great on the boards in the first period, and then it seems like the middle period they lost it.
Yeah. Bonsukin for the point. Good deflection in front. Just didn't get all the way to the cage. That came off the stick of Tation. And now we've got a penalty coming up. And what I say, fireworks. And here we go. Here we go. It doesn't stop with these two teams ever. It does not matter the sport, does not matter the night or the score.
No.
These teams are going to throw haymakers at each other as much as possible.
Riggins laid a hit on a Tiger. I'm not quite sure which one on that left side of the boards. And then all of a sudden, number 9, Matt Wallace, pulls Riggins off of his teammate, and I don't want to say body slammed him, but he dropped him on the ground. He let gravity do the work.
That was like some WWE Royal Rumble. Everyone just kept piling in and grabbing the first guy they could find.
How can you not be romantic about hockey? Come on now.
Oh, I love it. Nothing fires me up more.
Colin Reed going to the box, maybe? No?
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm not sure who laid the initial hit that kind of set off all the fireworks. But
I think it was Riggins. It looked like 25. And it is 25.
So Matt Wallace is going to head to the box for the Tigers, and it looks like you're right. They're going to get Riggins. This is not the first time, and yep, there goes Colin Reed as well. He definitely joined in on the scrum, I think, after Colin Reed got, or excuse me, John Riggins got yanked back by Matt Wallace. So this is not the first time we've seen a couple guys from both squads head to the box, and they're still chirping in the penalty box. Look at that. Riggins and Matt Wallace are still going at it. Lot for the refs to figure out here, and we're only 2.5 minutes into this third period.
Still packed house, even in a blowout. Blowout as of now, I should say.
Because they know if they stick around, they get to see more of these fireworks and these scrums. It's like that saying goes, it's went to a fight and a hockey game broke out. that's how it feels tonight.
Exactly. I went to a fight on ice, and there was this little black round thing they were slapping around for some reason. I don't know. It looks like I just saw Enzo Finelli talking to Tyler Tamoyan, and he made the motion of Matt Wallace slamming Riggins onto the ground. He said, no, he went like this, and then he moved his arms.
Yeah, they're all smiles down there in the crease of Tamoyan, who's had a stellar night.
Oh.
And hey, while we got a minute, college football on tomorrow, but some big news tonight. Number 2 Miami has lost to unranked Louisville.
Wow.
So down goes number 2. Seen a lot of upsets in college football this year.
I have a friend who is staying at my house this weekend who will be very saddened to hear that. Womp womp.
Have to check on him tonight.
He'll be fine.
Gamecock football hosts Oklahoma tomorrow in Williams-Brice Stadium. We're still cleaning up the mess. Okay.
Austin, you want to turn the Caps game on?
They already won. I don't have to worry about it. Hey, Gamecock win. Potentially, allegedly. We'll see.
Allegedly.
We'll see how the rest of it goes. Caps won tonight. Ovi got his 898th goal, so he's 2 away.
That's really not even that many.
Give me a couple years, I could do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And headed off the ice is number 2, Oliver Grinkin. He might have been ejected from this game. And it looks like Riggins is gone as well. He's going to hype up the crowd. Poke a little fun, and there goes Colin Reed as well. And I think Matt Wallace is getting the boot too. So 4 guys ejected after that scrum. So that will be the end of the night for Oliver Grinkin and Matt Wallace from Clemson. And then Colin Reed and John Riggins for the Gamecocks.
How triumphant was that John Riggins exit?
Yeah, that was awesome.
He said, I got my record.
Yeah.
I threw a punch. Boom. I'm
got the
out.
boot.
Oh,
That's a solid night.
it's time for me to go to bed, huh?
Yeah, he's getting to those post-game beverages quicker than anyone else. He might be a genius.
Yeah, speaking of beverages, thank you to the people at the Plex for these
hooking us up.
sodas. Not going to say the brand, but sodas.
So here we go, after about a 5-minute delay. They had to sort that out, but I think the good thing to do was just get him out of here. I think and we were talking about it earlier. We were like, what is the line in the sand that the refs are going to have to start to get a hold of this game?
WWE is the line.
WWE Royal Rumble. That's what it is. So they kicked 4 guys out. There is another Clemson Tiger in the box.
He just likes it in there.
So it looks like Gamecocks will get a power play. After all that, Gamecocks get a man advantage.
They saw John Riggins get the tombstone pile driver, and they said, all right, let's give him a man up. But honestly, if you're the Gamecocks, you might prefer to be on the kill. They're playing better on it than they are on the power play.
Last time the Gamecocks had a penalty kill, they shot more shorthanded than the Tigers did in the man advantage.
This Gamecocks team, every time I watch them, I say this team makes no sense. They're fantastic. It's
That's a great way to put it. So finally back underway. Once again, Gamecocks have the man advantage. This will be their third of the night. They're 0 for 2 this Friday evening. Good shot there, just whistles over the crossbar. So very methodical start to this power play for the Gamecocks. Bonsukin calling for it. Got intercepted by Flaherty. Shot there from Bonsukin. Might have been deflected, but goes over the net. Comes back cross ice. Bonsukin toes the line, sends a shot there. Rebound opportunity. Nothing doing there for Marcelo.
It looks like that shot actually may have gone in for Bonsukin if Tation wasn't in the way. That is the pro and the con of screening.
Rebound opportunity, they score! Cleaning up in front, and the Gamecocks take a 5-0 lead. Marcelo's second of the night.
The unlikely hero.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't blame him. He's gotten 2 pucks right in the breadbasket, and he scored them both. That is supreme efficiency for the sophomore who's making his name known. Serwa not even blinking. Coach looking down at his phone saying, yeah, yawn. 16:26 left on the clock, 5-0. They added a safety to that field goal.
There we go. Marcella, the sophomore from Claremont, Georgia, maybe going after Riggins' record over the next couple of years. He's got a long way to go, but
debatable.
Hey, it's going to be hard to beat the John Riggins here in Gamecock Hockey. But 5-0, and the first power play goal of the night.
Oh, true.
For the Gamecocks. Now back the other way comes Sean Keane. He lost it, overskated it, and then turns it over. Now back through center comes Albers. Albers, a shot blocker save by Dietz. Cross ice pass. Shot hit the shins of number 17. That's Gus Hedrick. And that definitely didn't feel good. More physicality brewing here. Good stick lift by number 8, Will Ralston. Off the penalty box glass. And into the Gamecock zone where they will gain possession and restart. Here's Aiden Dunphy flying back through the neutral zone. Kind of backhands one towards the cage, just a bit wide of Dietz. Deflected and out of play.
Dunphy pretty close to a high stick there, but no call. It didn't really affect much, just kind of swept the stick over his chest a little bit. Little close, but we are on the face-off now. Glove side for Dietz.
Dietz, pretty solid in goal tonight, has given up 5. Some of them not entirely his fault. I mean, he's been hounded by this Gamecock offense all night. So, I mean, there's only so much you can do if you're Dietz. Would you like to see somebody come in for Dietz, maybe give him some rest? Or, I mean, it's only a 1-game weekend for these two teams.
Yeah. I mean, it's the difference between having one body and 2 bodies tired going into next week. I'd say probably not, especially because I doubt this game's going into overtime. Not to say it won't, but this game has gone pretty fast. And it's not like Dietz is taking hits. He's taken some pucks, but no, I think, honestly, he's deserved to stay in for the rest of the game. I mean, maybe if it gets desperate and they want to pull him and put another attacker in, but Dietz can stay. No strong feelings, really.
14:27 to go in the third period. Austin McConnell alongside Tyler Perrone. You're watching Cock Hockey on SGTV. And the faceoff is won by Clemson, who trails by 5 here. We were talking about how the first and second period kind of went by pretty quickly.
Yeah, we jinxed ourselves.
We did. We thought we were going to get out of here a little earlier. 5 minutes has taken about 20 with all the stoppages and penalties.
Well, we had to wait for the IC title to be given to someone.
Puck along the half wall. It's sent down low to Finelli. Finelli tries to throw one back out in front and hit off the side of the goal. Now Clemson back the other way. It's going to come to Moyen, and he'll just freeze the puck and get a whistle. Smart play. He had Alex Wallace breathing down his neck there.
Exactly. I feel like we saw a play earlier when Moyen was guarding the other net where he squashed the ball and the play wasn't stopped. Not quite sure what happened there, but yeah, absolutely.
It was a very
the smart
pause.
move.
Yeah, exactly right. A little miscommunication on the face-off for the Gamecocks defense. Sent around the boards, but not out. Blocked in front there by Bonsukin.
And that's been the difference, is people like Bonsukin are literally just standing in front of the net. But meanwhile, Dietz has nothing like that. See, it goes straight to him. A defender easily could have swooped in front of that. He had somebody on his left side. But
that was from the blue line, and it was just a clear runway.
Exactly.
Right to Dietz.
And that's why I said I think Dietz has deserved to stay in, because the fault necessarily isn't on him. It's on the fact that he's had far less blocks than Moyen has. Not to discredit Moyen.
No, you're exactly right. Puck kept in for a brief moment, but Clemson comes back the other way on the stick of Diaz. Diaz kind of threw one at the cage there. Might be time for Clemson to just kind of start chucking up shots, just throwing them at the cage and praying one goes in. It's been a rough night offensively for them. Yeah. They've had a couple good looks, too.
Yeah. Give it to the dude with the strongest wrist.
Crash into the net there. Good defense from Marvin. Puck doesn't clear the zone, and chasing after it will be caught. Comes back to the point, kept in. Towing that blue line, finally it comes out to the neutral zone where they'll skate over the Fight Adventure Park logo. Very close to being offsides, no call. Shot there, and then falling hard into the boards was Marcella, who's got 2 goals tonight, looking for that hat trick. Turnover there, off of Flaherty's stick. Good forecheck from Kopp. He's been flying around the last couple minutes. And now comes Winkleblack. Down the right side, tries to throw it at the cage. It was deflected. Behind the net now, back out in front for Winkleblack, and he just sent that one wide. And it looks like we're going to get an interference call on Clemson. Yes, we will.
Riccitelli at it with someone.
And some more fighting. Rough and rowdy here at the Plex on this Friday night.
Riccitelli for the Gamecocks, Ralston for the Tigers. I think that, oh, and now Enzo Finelli in a fight with somebody else. Will Van Sicklen for the Tigers. I'd assume we're going to see 4 people going into the box.
It looks like they're going to get one to start, Gus Hedrick. He was kind of the initial scrap. And oh, yep, they got 2. There we go. So 2 more guys to the box for Clemson. One of them was on the initial interference call, and then I think they're getting one potentially from both teams for kind of like the scrap after the whistle.
I would assume Riccitelli's going in the box. Finelli might. I don't know.
Some more conversations to be had for the men in the black and white stripes. They've had their hands full tonight.
Yeah, they have. I think if I was a ref, I would have a lax whistle tonight too. Because you can't call everything, or we would be here until next Tuesday.
11:30 to go in this final frame. 5-0 the score. And this game has just kind of descended into chaos. Am I shocked? No.
No. I think that this is the desperation from the Tigers.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right.
They've had good looks at the net.
They have.
It's just hard when the other team is better on the penalty kill and the power play.
Yeah.
Looks like Ralston's getting escorted away.
So Ralston's going to hit the showers early. Him and Tamoyan kind of waved at each other. Tamoyan just chilling in the crease.
Yeah, Timo is taking a seat.
Yeah. This is like a goalie's dream.
I think Tamoyan might just do that the rest of the game.
Yeah. Fifth player ejected from the game. That's the third Clemson Tiger ejected from this one. And
Tamoyan's got a buddy.
Is that Flaherty?
You know it's Flaherty. I mean, hey,
he's been flying around. He gets to rest his legs.
I mean, but these two have been here for forever with each other, pretty much. These are two of the old guard members of this team that are left. They were both here, both instrumental to that championship run in the 23-24 season. And now they just need one more person in the middle, and they could defend that net pretty well against Clemson. Oh,
we might have one. Who is it? Can't tell the number. It's Marcelo.
Oh, he's got 2 goals. He might as well play some goalie, too.
He's got to get back on offense. He needs that hat trick tonight.
No. Oh, nope. Nope, he's playing
there
goalie.
We got a third. That gets a cheer from the crowd.
Meanwhile, the strategy from Clemson, 2 on the knee in the goal. I don't know what's happening.
It's a late night after a long week, Tyler. And a long game.
Oh, brother. You ain't never wrong, Austin McConnell.
Oh, man. So conversations being had still from Stripes. They're kind of updating the Gamecock bench.
We've for sure got a 2-minute power play, maybe. It's on the scoreboard for the Gamecocks, 2-minute power play. I don't know if that's just one or what's happening here.
There's one guy in the box for each team, but we did see one get escorted off. That was Ralston.
It's
5-on-4. Gamecocks will get a power play, yep. So this will be their 4th of the night. They just scored on their last one to make it 5-0. So that makes them 1 for 3. So with 11:15 to go in the third period, Gamecocks have another man advantage. Van Mullen streaking down the right side, shot blocker save, bouncing puck almost goes in off the chest of, I think that was Flaherty again. Bonsukin has a weird bounce off the boards. It comes right to Flaherty. Flaherty pump fakes, now toe drags, then spins along the half wall. He moves it down low, quick cross-ice pass to Van Mullen. Van Mullen slams on the brakes and throws it off the boards to Bonsukin. Bonsukin makes a juke. He will head down the right side, kind of push that one towards the corner. Into Van Mullen in front, blocked in front. Puck does not leave the zone. Bonsukin shoots and scores! Bonsukin gives the Gamecocks their 6th goal of the night. And their 2nd straight power play goal as well.
I have no comments. That was perfect offensive hockey. Okay, I have some comments. Van Mullen, very active. I thought that he was going to take it himself. No, he uses himself as a decoy, clears it out to Bonsukin, who we said, Bonsukin, Flaherty have been waiting close to the blue line on that glove side from Dietz. And finally, they get it to go. Perfect time to whip it out again. Because honestly, we hadn't seen a far shot close to the blue line until now. And they said, well, we're a man up. We're going to get a lane, have some pressure. Let's go for it.
So the Gamecocks have now scored a touchdown and
I think
have a 6-0 lead.
I don't quite know what happens, but I totally saw Clavin just put his stick to a Tiger's back. Yep, and he is going in the box for it.
Looks like they're going to get a Tiger as well. So I've lost count on how many penalty minutes each team has had.
You've been counting?
So yeah, a couple guys go to the box. 10:20 to go in the third. I think the first half of this third period has taken longer than the first and second period combined.
It's taken longer than it took me to turn 22.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to get 4-on-4 hockey here.
The intermission jinx.
Yep. Got a little too excited.
He said, man, we might get home before 11. No. But for Gamecock Hockey, I'll never go home. I'll stay in the Plex.
Yeah, we got bounce houses. We've got arcades.
Okay.
Flight Adventure Park knows how to put on a fun show.
Pretzels, soda.
So 1 minor penalty for each squad.
4-on-4.
4-on-4 action. Now skating back through very quickly for Clemson is Wallace. Slammed on the brakes and then kind of lost it. And now he's going to give the business to Aiden Dunphy. Here comes Dunphy back through the neutral zone, enters the Clemson line, shot, tried to roof it, and he just put it over the goal.
That was dirty.
Nine and a half minutes remaining. Clemson will take the puck in their own zone. It's amazing what happens when it's 4v4 versus 5v5. Look how much extra space there is on the ice. Tamoyan, another glove save. And no whistle, so he'll drop it and keep play going. Keep the time running as well. Here comes Finelli streaking down the right side.
What's the point in shooting from range against Timo? Really?
You said it earlier. That's his specialty.
It is. You want to catch Tyler Tamoyan when he has traffic around him. He's so good in open space.
Oof. Good shot there from Kurta. First time we've called his name tonight. Kurta will get it here again. And he'll drop this one off for his line mate, Brady Dume. 10 seconds to go on both these power plays. We'll be back to 5-on-5 hockey in just mere seconds. 8.5 to go in the third.
Finelli bled the clock there.
Yeah. You don't really plan for 4-on-4 hockey too much.
The Gamecocks might.
After tonight, I'm sure it's going to be in the game plan the next couple practices.
Fresh lines for both squads.
Face-off won by Clemson. Back in their zone. We're going to play catch kind of along the boards here. Good forecheck from the Gamecocks. There's Van Mullen, guy I've called a lot tonight.
He did everything except bring the puck with him.
Shot there, pad save by Dietz. Now Clemson with the breakout process beginning. Losing control of it there was Colby Carey. It's picked up by DuBois and thrown into the Clemson zone. Now Van Mullen has the puck behind the net. Centers one out in front, bouncing puck. It comes back to Van Mullen. Now he'll send it across to Pushkar. Oh, excuse me, DuBois. And now here comes Scove.
Back to DuBois.
Bouncing puck, no one can find it. Clemson gets lost in their own skate. Shot there. Stopped by Dietz. I think Dietz was just kind of lucky to be in front of that. He didn't really see it coming.
Yeah. 6'4", big wingspan Lucas Van Mullen right in front of the net. He's played a great game. No stats so far. I mean, if you're already up 6-0, you know, you can be a little selfish.
7:10 to go in the third. Tie up on the face-off. Gamecocks come away with possession, heading right to the net. But stuffed by Dietz. Now double team. And Dietz will squeeze the tarp and the pads and get another whistle. Still a very solid crowd here inside the Flex tonight. Fans enjoying a big win over a rival. And that was Nico Tayshawn with the extra point to make it 7-0.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Austin made a hand motion that I'm not going to mention. Well, that makes it sound worse than it was. He was insinuating 6-7. If anyone knows what that means, I don't. But yes, score goes from 6-0 to 7-0.
You made a 6-7 joke earlier. I'm not letting that slide.
Yeah, I did.
7-0, the Gamecocks lead. And what a night it's been.
We've gotten to the brain rot portion of the night.
It's late. And it's crazy to think about. That first period.
Right?
Gamecocks were all over them, but didn't score until the final minute.
Tamoyan, masterclass.
Some more pushing and shoving. That one goes wide of Tamoyan. 6:25 to go in the third. Shot there, long range. Tamoyan gloves that one down. And now Tamoyan getting in the way.
Don't push their tendy.
Yeah.
Don't. 5 people have already been ejected. Why are we pushing goaltenders?
Owen Connors for Clemson had something for the crowd, too. These guys right below us here, they've been loud all night. This whole crowd has been rowdy, but these guys specifically.
You push my tendy, forget WWE. It's looking like WWF. Going old school on them.
Faceoff will come to the left of Tamoyan, glove side. Kolkla wins the faceoff. Puck sent around the boards, out of reach for Kolkla, so Gamecocks will get possession, but overskating it, and then a backhander off the stick.
It seems like even when Tamoyan's not ready for it, he's ready for it.
Yeah. I mean, quick reaction time there. Puck's turned over literally 10, 15 feet in front of him. And he still stands tall in that. Battle there. Trip coming up. And here we go, right in front of us. Some big shots to the helmets. Couple headlocks.
It looked like it was Pushkar for the Gamecocks and Kolkla at first, but then another Tiger came in, number 10, Wallace. Wallace has been scrappy tonight.
Yeah.
Came in and pushed Pushkar after that scrap with Kolkla. Probably another Gamecock power play.
Yeah, there was the original tripping call. There's a Gamecock in the box. So one from each team. We might have some more 4-on-4 action, to be honest with you.
Yeah. If you don't like school, you would love this game because of all of the extracurriculars, if you will.
That was good.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
So 5 out there for the Gamecocks, 4 for Clemson. So I think you're right. We are going to get a Gamecock power play with 6:03 to go in the third.
Mm-hmm.
So face off to the right of Dietz. Face off is won by the Gamecocks. It comes to Flaherty. Flaherty throws it back to the other side. Dunphy now has it, quarterbacking this power play. Sends it down low. Fanning on the cross-ice pass. Drops it for Flaherty. Flaherty kind of stumbles. Shot there, just goes wide.
Scove.
Puck comes back to the point. Giving it back to Scove. Scove back to Dunphy at the top. Flaherty trying to play catch with Dunphy, and a little miscommunication there as the puck leaves the zone. So Scove kind of just throw it into open space. Flaherty plays cleanup, gives it to Van Mullen. Van Mullen slams on the brakes as he enters the zone. He'll step up at the top. Now Flaherty Takes a shot. That goes wide. Might have hit a stick in front. At least that's what it sounded like. Dunphy takes it in the neutral zone. Looking to catch Clemson in a line change. Dunphy falls and slides all the way to the crease of Dietz. He'll tag up. Now here comes Scove back through center. He enters the zone. Couple line change personnel from the Gamecocks.
Other than that very first power play we saw for the Gamecocks, I think so far this is Clemson's best kill of the night.
Yes.
They've already shaved off a minute and a half.
Van Molen leaves it back. Sent up top for Bonsukin. A shot there. Goes over the net. Juicy rebound. And Van Molen couldn't get the full backhand on it. 19 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for Clemson. 4:22 to go in the third.
Yeah, Van Molen wants that back. I saw him sort of, he kept the anger under control, but he definitely tapped the board with his stick. He's been all over Dietz's general space, his personal bubble, but nothing so far.
Called his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, not going unnoticed.
Absolutely not. Bonsukin from the point. That got deflected in front. 3 seconds to go on this penalty kill. It comes all the way around to Tommy Marvin, who just kind of flips it behind the goal. We're back to even strength. Big hit along the boards there in the far corner. Puck sent the length of the ice. No icing.
Yeah.
The refs are
Tamoyan doesn't want to stop the clock, and neither do the refs.
Nice move there from Tommy Marvin. Puck got caught up in the skates there. Good block from Kurta. Wins possession back for the Tigers. And both these teams are kind of beat up tonight. I think they're both kind of content with just running out this clock a little bit in a 7-0 game. 3 minutes to go. Well, we'll see. We've been full of jinxes tonight.
Yeah, well, finally some people are starting to file out. You can see getting a little light behind Tyler Tamoyan in goal.
Loose puck is scooped up by Clemson. Quickly hounded by a couple Gamecocks.
Gamecock fans chanting "Our State" as Clemson fans leave head in hands from the Plex.
And the cheers only grow. Shot there, kind of pinballs in front of Dietz and then heads to the end wall. Now tie up in the far corner. Good battle there with Diaz. Now sent back out in front. Shot that went off the knee pad. That was a loud block, if you will. Now Clemson with a breakaway opportunity, kind of. It's going to be a hand pass for sure. Crowd still cheers for Tamoyan, who's had a solid night, very solid night, if you will. 2:05 to go in the third.
Are they calling it here? What's happening?
It was a hand pass.
Yeah, but little nah, hey, goodbye. 2:05 left. I mean, yeah, 7 goals in that time frame is, yeah, it's pretty hard, huh?
Now, I've seen a lot of crazy things in my broadcasting career, but that would by far be the craziest.
I haven't seen that.
I don't think many have. Puck bounces off the ref a couple times, the linesman. 1:40 remaining. Playing cleanup duty for the Gamecocks is number 9, David DuBois. He starts the breakout process. Clemson kind of just dumping and chasing right now. Final 80 seconds in this rivalry matchup. Van Molen enters the zone, takes a shot, blocker save made. Big hit. We're going to get another penalty here as the ref's arm is up in the air. Slap shot there. Puck's still loose. No possession from Clemson. Van Molen with a nice move at the blue line. Takes a shot. That got blocked. That'll blow the play dead. 55 seconds to go in the third, and we're going to get one final penalty from Clemson's
Yippee!
defense.
Crowd chanting for one more goal. Van Mullen really wanted it to be his. Lucas Van Mullen, the freshman from South Burlington, Vermont, is a unit. 6'4", big wingspan, looks even bigger in pads. 55 seconds. The crowd wants one more goal. Do you think Sir Watt tries to draw something up?
I don't think he's going to tell him not to shoot the puck. I don't think he's going to say take it back and hold on to it. We'll see what happens. I think the players are kind of coming up with their own play right now.
Yeah.
I think this line.
Sir Watt was waving for his line to come back to him for a second, and okay, no, he was just asking for Scove, not a total regrouping.
Moyen out of the goal. Tries to backhand that one out. Doesn't work. Flaherty just kind of toying with this Tigers forecheck now. Back through center. No signs of slowing down on this Gamecock offense here, no matter what the score is. Aiden Dunphy will chase the puck in the corner. He sets up behind the net. Aiden Dunphy has some time. Tried to throw it down low. Another redirect in front.
Ooh.
Big hit at the feet of Dietz. 15 seconds to go. Puck is sent the length of the ice, and that will just about do it. Except not. We get a whistle. And that was Winkleblack, who's going to be escorted off. I mean, he had a mouthful.
I'm not quite sure who got hit. It looked like DiBartolomeo. I'm not quite sure.
I think you are right.
Yes.
Yep, it is. So DiBartolomeo kind of hit Winkleblack a little bit. I thought it was clean.
Yeah.
Compared to what we've seen tonight, I thought it was very clean. And then Winkleblack kind of did him dirty behind the play.
Yeah.
And really had a lot to say. I think he said something that really just got him ejected.
Spine crusher.
So he's out of the game with 12 seconds left. Both players have now had both teams have now had 3 players leave the game early.
Wonder who's going to win this one, Austin.
There was still 118 on the original penalty. 5-minute major here with 12 seconds left in the third.
Whoa.
Game altering. One more face-off to decide it. Clemson going to try and break the shutout. Fanning on the shot, sending it the length of the ice. Time winds down, and the Gamecocks are 3-3 after they defeat in-state rival Clemson.
Tyler Tamoyan, a clean sheet for him. He headbutts the boards in celebration. I love hockey, guys.
Specifically tendies, man. Nothing better.
No.
And a big huddle down where most of the fans still are.
Yeah, there's no more orange in the Plex except for on the ice.
I don't think, these refs are not going to let them shake hands. They're not letting them shake hands after the game we just saw. And we're not done.
Yeah, don't let him touch.
Yeah, don't even let them on the same rink anymore. But we're doing it all again in Greenville on January 23rd. Clemson versus South Carolina.
Man.
SGTV will be there.
Somebody bring the stretcher.
And there's Bonsukin catching up with his former Dallas Stars elite teammate, Santiago Diaz.
They both walked up to the ref and said, "No, we're actually friends.
He's
we
like,
actually
we
just
like each
want to
other.
talk."
Don't worry. That's going to do it for us here at the Plex tonight.
As Coach Sirwa meets with the Clemson staff at center ice.
Very orderly conversation there.
Yeah, it doesn't look very heated. Looks like hopefully they left it all out on the ice. What do you think about a little post-game show, Austin?
I love it.
All right.
All right.
Well,
let's talk about it. 7-0. Gamecocks have a phenomenal showing tonight, and they absolutely dominate the Tigers. But it didn't look that way in the first. Well, it did look that way in the first, but on the score sheet, it was still 0-0 until that final minute. What really impressed you tonight, Tyler?
What really impressed me was not only Tyler Tomoyan, but the ability to deflect goals before the puck even reached Tomoyan. I said a couple times in the game, that was the difference between probably 3-4 goals for South Carolina and a shutout against Clemson. They were applying pressure to Tomoyan, but he had a wall. Meanwhile, they're leaving Dietz wide open. Played a good game, still let in 7. It's hard to say that a goalie played a good game while letting in 7. But not only that, but a great night for John Riggins on offense.
Yep.
Program record, 51st goal, as well as, I think, just overall good team play. They saw that Clemson was kind of dominating the forecheck in the first period, and they said, no, not in our house.
Yeah.
Second period, punch to the mouth in the first 4 minutes, and the game got a lot slower from there.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Third period took a while. Had a lot to clean up. A very physical game, but we totally expected that. But I asked you in the beginning, you know, they had a couple weeks off. They had fall break. They had time to rest and regroup. Now they're 500. And now they have 2 weeks off again before they play Wake Forest here in a 2-game series. I mean, this looked like a revived team, the Gamecocks.
I think whatever they did, they should do the exact same thing between games. And I also think that when you're fresh and a rival comes into your house, you have that sort of bloodhound mentality.
Yes.
It kind of just seemed like the Gamecocks wanted it more.
It did.
It's hard to say that because, you know, I'm not in anyone's head, but they were getting back to their goalie quicker. They were, after the first, establishing the forecheck better. I feel like their schemes were better. We talked about Clemson just kind of giving it to one person, shake and bake, let it rock. Gamecocks facilitating the ball, not shying away from the blue line. Tyler Tomoyan dominated Clemson's offense shooting from the blue line.
Yeah, and Clemson just got done with the 2-game series against Alabama. And again,
a good team.
A very good team. And bringing it back up, you know, the couple weeks off, it looked like they had fresher legs tonight. They were flying around from the puck drop. Clemson's next matchup will be next weekend, back at home against USF. Both teams are now 3-3, and that's going to do it from the Plex here tonight. Alongside Tyler Perrone, I'm Austin McConnell. We want to thank you for joining us on SGTV. The Gamecocks win 7-0 over Clemson, but don't look away from that schedule. January 23rd, SGTV will be in Greenville, South Carolina for another highly anticipated matchup after tonight.
Yes, they will. And before we leave for the night, shout-outs to our tech staff behind the camera, Arelimar Colon Rodriguez. On the soundboard, we have Samuel Doan. And on the laptop, Jeffrey Vazquez. All of us here at SGTV. Austin, what do you have to say? Good night?
Big thank you. Good night. Let's go get our rest, huh?
Let's go to bed.